guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Legal & General UK Property Fund, as it's recently the prices have been reduced, and as a result it could be a potential investment opportunity. So just to recap, what exactly is the Legal & General UK Property Fund? Well, the UK Property Fund is a bricks and mortar property fund that pools the assets of all the investors together, and it's managed by a fund team which mainly consists of two fund managers. So what they do is predominantly invest in commercial property. This could be things like offices, retail space, warehouse space. So what's actually happened is the fund has grown considerably over the last few years, predominantly because of strong performance, and the fund managers have recently reviewed this and also reviewed the fact that there's been quite a lot of redemptions in the last few months, and as a result it's highly unlikely they're going to be buying any more properties in the foreseeable future. And to reflect the fair value of shares, they're going to reduce the spread. Now, what exactly is the spread? When you buy into this fund, you usually pay at a higher price, and when you sell, you pay at a lower price, and the difference between the two is the spread. Now, why do people pay high to get into a fund? It's predominantly to cover costs such as stamp duty and legal fees and things like that. On entry to a property fund, the spread charge is intended to reflect the purchasing costs. This includes stamp duty, legal costs, as the incoming shareholders need to contribute to acquiring direct property during times of growth, thereby ensuring fairness between the interests of existing and new investors. When does this come into effect? This has started with effect from 1st of April 2022. So if you were to invest now, you would have a much reduced spread. To provide you with further details about the Legal & General Property Fund, what I've done is uploaded a recent fact sheet dated the 26th of April 2022. Now, this will provide you with a lot more information, which I'll quickly run through with you now. So on the right hand side, you'll notice the fund was launched in May 2014, so it's been running for around about 8 years. The fund size is £2.3 billion. That is considerable. It's all the value of all the buildings plus any cash holdings. Below that you'll see there's two fund managers, Michael Barry and Matt Jarvis. Now just a little below that you'll see something called the risk score. Now this is very important, as you'll appreciate every investment, unless it's cash, has an element of risk, so the values can go up and they can come down. This has a risk score of 30. The FTSE 100 has a risk score of 100, so you could deem this to be considerably less riskier than a FTSE 100 fund. Let's have a look at the performance of the fund. So if you scroll further down, you'll notice over the last 12 months the fund has made a return of 19.1%, over 3 years 24%, over 5 years 40%. However, you will notice the values when you look at the chart, they do go up and down, and this is obviously reflected in the fact this is an investment and values will go up and down. If we scroll down a little further and see what's actually held within the fund, 80.5% is actually held in property, that is bricks and mortar. The rest of the 20% is either held in things that are easily cashable, such as fixed interest, fixed deposits or investment trusts. It also provides you with the regional breakdown. It tells you that the southeast has the biggest exposure in this fund. Around 25%, a quarter of the fund is invested in the southeast, which is considerable. And then you've got the likes of Midlands, Southwest and London has somewhere in the region of about 13% exposure in this fund. Further down, a sector breakdown, industrial is pretty much 50% of the fund, which is quite substantial. You'll notice retail high street has a relatively small exposure of about 14%. Now if you go back 10 years ago, that would have been quite different. I'm sure retail high street would have had a lot more exposure. Going down a little further and looking at the top 10 holdings, these are the top 10 holdings. The biggest one is obviously Lichfield, and then you've got all the other ones including places in Leeds, Hammersmith, Manchester. So geographically it seems the fund is spread across the country. So just to summarize, I'm going to leave a link to this fact sheet below, so if you double click on it you'll be able to view it. Thank you for listening. Please do subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll bring more interesting videos for you. Thank you.